My name is Kara Marie, and I'm from Ashford, Connecticut. It was always a bucket list of mine to talk to Theresa.
Hi, I'm Kara.
Nice to meet you, Kara. Oh, you're freezing. Come on in. You can have a seat over here.
Okay.
Make yourself comfortable. Hi, how are you? I'm
you.
Theresa. Nice to meet you. So I'm going to start with the young female that's passed.
Probably my sister.
Okay, so she had my right sister. So no, she's stepping forward. She talks about a little stuffed animal. So I don't know if it's something that she had when she was little.
It's a little purple duck.
And you have that.
I have it with me today, actually.
So know that she knows of the things that we've kept and thanking us for treasuring those things that really have no monetary value.
That's good. It's been years, and I've been hoping and wanting some kind of way to connect to her. We were each other's pillar, like we were the strength for each other. So, I mean, it was devastating when she passed, because I felt like I got gypped out on something I was supposed to have forever, and I didn't have her.
I don't know how to, I don't know what this, Mom. Do you like to bake, or is there something about baking? Because your sister shows me you baking cookies or something.
Yeah, I love to bake. My mom calls me Betty Crocker.
So know that when you do that, know that your sister's soul is helping you. She's like, tell my sister how beautiful her eyes are. She has the most amazing eyes.
She always liked my eyes. She's the one with brown eyes, me and my brother had the green hazelish eyes.
So let me ask you this. Well, do you feel that you should have died first than your sister?
Yeah.
She says, you have been sick and struggling for a long time. And then you say, but I was really sick. Why didn't God just take me?
Yeah.
Instead of her.
Yep.
So she says, your reading today is all about restoring your faith in not giving up.
My condition is where, obviously I'm little. The difference is all my organs are normal size, like yours and everyone else's, but my body structure is not. So I have heart issues and lung issues and all that.
Okay.
So the expectancy of me living past 2, 4, 7, and 11 were like non-existent.
She says, I want you to continue to fight, and I want you to remain positive. She said, because I am supporting you from heaven.
Wow. I've had a lot of medical issues since day one. I have a fatal condition. So I've beat all the odds so far. Hearing that my sister is still rooting for me and being like, you're gonna make it, you're gonna be fine, is really encouraging.
She keeps snapping her fingers at me and keeps saying, nobody thought that I was going to die.
Yep, it was a shock to all of us.
So now, was there a blow to the head or something with her head?
Yeah, they claimed the death was injury to the brain because she was upside down for so long and struck the tree, so.
So you know that she says, even though I left the physical world in a tragic way, she says, I want you to know that my soul is at peace.
Yeah, I've been wanting validation, I guess, for a while. My sister Caitlin passed away 10 years ago in a car accident. Everyone was just in shock, like it all didn't seem real. She was 18. I miss my sister like every day, and it feels really great that she's with me still.
So how do you connect with the month of April?
The month of April, I'm not sure.
Because she kept telling me it was connected to children.
I actually got pregnant in the month of April.
So how do you connect with the month of April?
I actually got pregnant in the month of April. So,
Did you think it was a girl?
yeah. No one knows about that, FYI.
So just know that all souls, even though if they don't get the opportunity to walk here in the physical world, they are safe and at peace on the other side.
Yeah. It was a very, very, very high-risk pregnancy. And if I went any past 16 weeks, my doctor's like, you would lose your life.
So not only with your sister, but also with your unborn child. You carry a burden of, why didn't God take me?
Mm-hmm. You know, because that's literally is my dream, to be a mom. To like at least make it to that stage in my life. It was a miracle alone because I wasn't supposed to ever get pregnant. It wasn't supposed to be possible. And unfortunately, I lost the baby a little over 14 weeks. It's hard losing something that's a part of you and never getting to hold it. You get to feel it kick, you get to feel it flutter, but not being able to hold it is like, it's devastating, especially if that's your dream.
You know, it's interesting because she held a pink blanket and then a blue blanket, and she said, just keep telling her, she'll understand it.
I had a dream of a woman holding a baby, and the blanket was pink, but then it turned blue real quick. And that dream just threw me off because I was like, what the hell does that mean?
It means that your sister has the child that didn't get the opportunity to walk here in the physical world, safe with her.
That's what I wanted to know, if she was taking care of her for me.
And she said, this is why it's so important that you know that you still have a lot of things to accomplish here.
That's good to know, reassurance. Something to look forward to. It is extremely important for me to know that they're together and that my sister is watching over my baby. So it's very touching. After the reading with Theresa, I have that validation that I needed to keep going every day. And that, you know, when it is my time, I have people on the other side to greet me. Not that I'm in any rush.
Your sister was amazing, letting you know that she's very proud of how, still with everything going on, you never give up.
Yeah, too many people that love me here to give up.
Well, you are definitely an inspiration to me, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Everyone in my living room tonight is or was a police officer, except my daughter. So to have Theresa there, it's just comforting.
So, have you guys ever been to a medium before?
No.
Okay. The main thing is, if you have any questions, please do not be afraid to ask. So I want to talk about the mom that's departed. She also tells me that the husband is with her.
That's me.
Okay. How do you understand that?
My mother and father are both deceased.
Okay, so just know your parents are stepping forward, so just acknowledge that they are together. And would someone get married after your mom departed?
Yes.
Okay. And how do you connect with the earrings? Or sometimes, when they show me earrings and pearl earrings, it is my symbol for either specifically pearl earrings, or more importantly, a 3 set of jewelry. Oh, who were you? Were you the daughter?
Yeah.
What do you think? I'm sidekick? I'm supposed to know that? I'm a medium, I talk to them.
We kind of look alike.
I don't know. I don't think you look alike. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I got married right after my Nana passed away.
Perfect. And did you wear something of hers? Because
Bracelet.
Perfect. To validate for you that her soul attended the wedding in spirit. But did you also carry something of hers? Or were you going to sew something in your dress?
Oh, grandma's. I was gonna sew my grandma's dress into mine.
Perfect. Your mom tells me that I want you to know that I did hear you say goodbye. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. When Spirit shows the holding of the hands and the whispering of the ear, it's my symbol for that they were not able to communicate in the end, and or you feel that you did not get the opportunity to say goodbye and you weren't sure if she heard you. So now, who is the smoker? I just smelled cigarette smoke.
My mother was a smoker.
Okay, so your mom was a smoker, and then your mother brings forward your son. Did he die unexpectedly? And we'll use the term tragic.
Mm-hmm.
So, your mother says, so you know that I have your most precious gift safe with me on the other side. He just said you did this for him.
Yeah.
So, know that your son's soul is safe and at peace, but more importantly, your son wants to thank you for being a great dad. He had the best laugh. He only goes, tell my dad about my laugh. He'll know it's me. He'll know it's me.
Yeah, big smile.
And I can hear him, like, when you come home, was like, Dad! Like, and so happy that you're home. Is that correct?
Yes.
Your son says, that's what I want you to remember.
My son Anthony was the firstborn, so there's always a special bond with that first child that you have. You know, he was a clown, he was funny, we loved his brother. He was just a caring kid. It was a nightmare, and it's something to this day that I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy. It's a pain that never goes away. You learn to deal with it. You think about it every single day. It's unnatural for a parent to have to see their child pass away.
How do you connect with the number 4?
It's the month he passed away.
Okay. I know you're angry. Your son says you've always provided a safe and secure home. Do you understand that? I think it's very easy for us to go back and say, should have done this, I could have done that. Absolutely not.
My son, Anthony, died 13 years ago of a gunshot wound. He was home with his best friend, and they happened to find my firearm. And my son knew how to handle a firearm because I was a New York City police officer for 20 years. He unloaded the gun. He was showing it to his friend. He reloaded the gun, and his friend didn't know that the gun was reloaded and pulled the trigger and accidentally shot my son.
He says, Theresa, he goes, every minute that my father was home, we were together. Your son does not want you to feel that you were not there for him, or more importantly, that you could have protected or saved him. So your son says, I don't want you to feel that way. It's all about healing.
The fact that it was my firearm, it's a guilt that stays with me, and it'll stay with me for the rest of my life. You always go back and you start thinking of why, or should have done this, should have done that. There's nothing that I can do now, but if my experience, my tragedy, can help a fellow police officer or even a gun owner, then it's a little bit more comforting.
Was there something named after your son?
My daughter.
Now, do you think at some times that you see your son in your daughter?
All the time.
Know that a part of him lives within her. She do dance?
Yes.
So know that through everything you attend with her, and as hard as it is that you feel that he's missing out, he says, I want you to know that my sister was a gift from me, and you feel that.
My son, after he passed away, we decided that we wanted to have another child. And because of my vasectomy, health insurance wasn't going to cover for us to do in vitro. The police officers of the NYPD were so gracious that they collected so much money. And we used this money to have another child. And now we have an 11-year-old daughter named Esperanza Tony. Tony, of course, after her brother. And she reminds me so much of him. She has his curly hair, she has his brown eyes, and his big smile.
Your son says, no one will ever forget me. Because that's also one of your fears as well, is that correct?
Yeah.
So you know that his soul is safe and at peace.
The fact that Tony came through today gives me a sense of comfort that I know he's okay. This reading is going to help me for the rest of my life.
So I want to thank you all for giving me the amazing opportunity to channel your loved ones. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I usually always like to give a speech, whether you've been to a medium or not, just because I like to explain on how I read, receive my information, and more importantly, my expectations of spirit. I feel what I'm able to do as a medium is just to validate for you that there truly is more to life than just here in the physical world, but more importantly, that your loved ones are still with you. So, who lost the child? Who had the miscarriage or the termination? I just saw a pink and blue blanket. That's my symbol for a child that did not get the opportunity to walk here into the physical world.
I had miscarriages.
Oh, okay. They told me 3.
Yes.
It's very hard for you to talk because I feel you shutting down as I go more into it. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I was made to feel like that you go back to that and say, well, only if my child would have lived.
Yeah.
This is about you knowing that there was nothing that you could have done. Do you understand that? Yes. To validate for you, saying, please let that go.
Those 3 miscarriages were girls. Their loss has been a weight on me. Even though obviously I love my sons and they're wonderful, the loss of never having a girl would haunt me.
And I know this is hard, things happen for a reason. And I think when you were blessed with other children, you realized that at that moment. Mm-hmm. So who's like Mary Catherine or Mary Kate?
My girls' names were Caitlin Mary.
Okay. So you know that the souls are at peace and that they continue to grow on the other side.
That's good. Yeah. The name that I had picked out for my girl was Caitlin Mary. It was the same name I had for every time I was pregnant with a girl. And I was floored. I couldn't believe it. Because you say to yourself, like, okay, maybe somebody could figure out you had miscarriage or something like that. But for somebody to know the name was, to me, phenomenal.
So you have a son?
I have 2.
That's fine, but
Okay.
very active,
Both. Yes,
very,
yes.
you know, boy,
Yes.
you know. So just know that they know of the brothers.
Oh, that's good, because the brothers know of them.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So they do watch over.
After the reading with Theresa, I feel so much more at peace about my miscarriages. And it made me feel really good that my girls were making themselves known. Theresa let me know that this was my destiny, to have my 2 boys, to have my girls watching me, and that this is my life, and to grab it and embrace it and go on with it, and it's good.
So, you know someone that died of a tragedy?
I know a few.
Oh, okay. Only because I look at you and you look like a nice young man, happy, you're smiling. And don't take this wrong. I feel like so much sadness within inside you. And I saw a lot of tragedy.
I would say it's true when she said that she sensed sadness. It is something that weighs on me from time to time that I kind of just tuck it away. So she pretty much hit on that. But I'm nervous about having a reading because it's not usual that you're gonna have some personal stuff thrown out in front of a group of people, nevertheless, cameras.
Do you know somebody who was shot? They just point blank shot me. You know someone that was shot, sir?
Yeah.
Who passed from the throat?
Huh.
I don't have to talk about certain
I
things,
know.
but you have to understand, I feel...
Was, guy I was in the Marines with. field radio operator in my company, and he was shot in the throat and he was killed. It was during the invasion of Iraq, and that was our company's first casualty. It was a shock, but you have a job to do, and you got to go out on patrol another hour later, so you can't really let that settle in. So it was almost like everybody put a wall up instantly.
I feel like you don't even talk about this, right?
Yeah.
So know that what is in your soul, you need to release all of that negativity. Who was the father figure for you that's departed? You have a grandfather?
I do.
Did you never meet him, or you didn't know him? Is that correct? Know that he is your guardian angel and has protected you through all of those moments that you said, I should have died. Somebody is watching over me. No, and there's something that you felt that. Is that correct, sir? So know that what you felt, what you sense, what you feel, know that that is real, and know that that is correct.
No. When she said your grandfather, that really hit me, because I'd never met my grandfather, and from what everyone tells me, he was a great man. And it's something my grandmother always says, and my dad says, that your grandfather watches over you. He pulls you out of some hairy stuff. He was a New York City fireman, and I'm a New York City fireman now, and I was in a bad basement fire. I remember flames all over my jacket and my face, and I was pleading with God, I don't want to die. I can't die like this. I had to get out of that room. I put my hand down and swept the floor until I found the hose line, and I made my way out of the room. And it took me a while to shake that one off, but, you know, I made it out alive.
I was told that you're going to get your life back tonight, because there's a part of you that you have your soul shut down. Okay, this is a first. My nail broke. How did that happen? Did you jinx my nail to break? Were you wishing that?
No, I spoke to my brother earlier today, and he loves you, and he said, if you can, get me one of her nails.
No, he didn't! This cannot happen. After I do a surprise, the crew takes about an hour to get set up. And some people like to call their friends and relatives to tell them what just happened. And in this case, Greg's brother requested a nail.
You have to give it to him. He needs that nail.
He goes, I would die if you got me a fingernail. I'm like, oh, it's kind of weird and random. Okay, Louis, whatever. And then, voila, her fingernail popped off right towards the end. And the second that happened, I went, Louis.
Have you guys ever been to a medium before?
I have.
Okay.
I have not.
Okay, perfect. So, okay. So I made a statement before you came here. I was right before I was saging, and I was trying to put out the sage, and I wasn't supposed to say this out loud, but I said, I feel very melancholy, and I feel like my soul is alone. And I didn't know why I felt that way. And did you lose a child? Do you feel that the soul of your child is alone on the other side? Or might not be with other loved ones?
Yeah.
Because I've heard, please tell my mom that I'm not alone. Were you talking about getting the tattoo in memory of him?
I was thinking about getting his tattoo. I never did, but I was thinking about doing it.
Were you going to actually get his portrait? Okay, because he had me say,
Yeah.
it's my face
Right.
Yeah.
that my dad was going to get.
Right.
He said right on his heart he was going to have
Yep.
my face tattooed to validate that he knows what's going on and doesn't want you to feel that you have to now do this, but wanting to thank you for that. And he goes, do you know that my mom told me every day how handsome I was? And that I had cool hair? He goes, do you know, Theresa, I had the coolest hair in my class?
Oh my God. He did. He had this beautiful blonde curly hair, and people were just drawn to him. Garrett had the best hair. Everybody wanted his hair. People were constantly stopping us.
He certainly didn't get it from my end, but it was golden blonde and beautiful.
Now, did your son's departure happen quickly?
Unexpectedly.
He said, Theresa picked me up, and when I picked him up, he died in my arms. That's my symbol for when something happens quickly. Could he not speak? Because all he keeps saying is, tell my mom again that you heard me say, Theresa picked me up. Tell my mom again and say, Mommy.
Our son Garrett had CVI, cortical vision impairment, and he also had cerebral palsy.
He was on a feeding tube. He couldn't walk or talk very well. And we felt that we were doing well with those challenges and that we had overcome a number of them.
Were you not there when he died?
That week he was doing really good, and I was really tired. So I let him, fall asleep on his own because I just wanted to go in the other room and go to sleep.
He says, I don't want you to feel guilty. You know that you made all of the right choices and decisions. Do you understand that? So you know.
And I felt guilty that day because I didn't know if I had done something wrong or I could have prevented it. I was his lifeline. I was the one that did everything for him. I was giving him medicine for seizures. Was I giving him too much? Did I overfeed him? Like, what should I have done? What didn't I do? Because I was the last one to put him to bed. It was literally torture. It was torture. Because, you're the parent, you're the protector, you're the one that's supposed to do everything for him. And I felt like I failed.
And then he made me feel like when you went into his bedroom, he was exactly how you left him.
Yes, I didn't know. I was shaking him, smacking his face.
Because he goes, my mom thinks that I was suffering or that I was panicking and looking for her. He says, Theresa, this is important. Why you need to show my mom that I was exactly the way that she left me.
Exactly.
So you know that your son was not scared. Your son did die peacefully in his sleep. Your son is clearly validated that he's at peace by showing me he can jump, he can talk, all the things that he couldn't do here in the physical world, he can because his soul is healed.
The irony of the whole situation is, in recent times, that's when Garrett was doing the best. We felt he was thriving. It was just like a light switch, here today, gone tomorrow. And we take comfort in the fact to know that it was peaceful and that there was no pain or suffering or struggle. But it is, without a doubt, the worst moment of our lives.
How do you connect with the number 7?
Our one daughter is born in July.
Yeah.
So I want something, because he showed me the number 7 again. That's the only reason why I asked you that. Yeah, but did you lose 2 babies?
Right. We lost.
They were originally twins.
I was pregnant with twins, and 7 months into it, I lost one.
That's the 7?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And his name was Declan, and then I had Garrett. Garrett and Declan were identical twins, and unfortunately we lost Declan 7 months into the pregnancy. The doctors were immediately concerned about Garrett, that when that happens, the other child suffers brain injury. I had to carry Declan for another 2 months, but they kept monitoring me, and things were going okay. At the time I gave birth to Garrett, I had no idea what lied ahead of us.
Do you feel at times that there are times that you hear mom or you hear someone call your name?
Yeah.
Know that that's your boys. Know that that's your boys. Is his birthday coming up?
Yeah.
Because he's like, he goes, is he going to be 6 or 5?
He'll be 5,
Oh.
December 6th.
Oh, perfect. So he's going to be 5 December 6th.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So know that he knows how you're going to celebrate the birthday. I want you to celebrate my birthday, our birthday. Do you understand that? Your son also wants you to know, and you wonder this, he wants you to know that his brother's soul was there to greet him when he left the physical world, so you know that he wasn't alone.
I did want to know that.
That they are together on the other side.
I feel very excited right now. I feel very happy to hear from him, to hear that he's happy and that he's jumping around and he's with his brother and he's at peace and that he's always with us and he knows how much he was loved. I feel very happy knowing that.
Your boys did an amazing job of validating for you that everything that you're sensing and feeling is real, and that you made all the right choices and decisions.
I was amazed. The messages that we feel the boys have tried to send us, whether it be dreams or a sensation, it's comforting to know that's a real feeling.
I always like to give a speech on how I read, receive my information, connect with spirit, and also what my wish is for you today. Oh God, Spirit's very impatient. I'm just gonna ask, was there someone that was very impatient? I felt mother energy, but like my best friend.
My mom.
Okay. She very energetic and like, she's just like, not in a negative way, but hyper.
Yes.
Like, we gotta hurry up.
Yep. My mom came right through and Theresa forgot her normal speech and I just thought that's my mom. She's just cutting right off and she wants to get to the point and make her presence known.
Was your mom always very positive?
Yeah.
Like no matter what was thrown at her, she was going to be positive.
She always had such a positive attitude,
Okay.
yeah.
I just looked for her, I go, where are you? And I looked over, she's doing the Lindy. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's over there dancing to big band music. And
She's the worst rhythm.
yeah, but she don't care. She loved to dance.
She did, yeah. My mom was so happy all the time, so positive, energetic. She was a silly woman. She was always such a quirky mom and she would embarrass me all the time. My mother was always bouncing around, always dancing. She would dance and sing in the car, even though we'd be like, you're not on key, you're not even singing the right words. She was never really sitting down. She was just everywhere.
Your mom wants to talk about your wedding dress. She said, you're right. She just showed me butterflies and she says, this is very important. She keeps making me feel like a part of your mother is in the dress.
When I tried on the dress, I swore I saw a butterfly on it. And that's how I felt that she was with me when I wore it. Since my mom's passed, I got engaged, I got married. I told Mom to give me a sign when I was trying on dresses. This one has the butterfly, this is the dress. So for Theresa to say that my mom knows that that was my dress and she was there with me, it's pretty cool. It's amazing.
She came forward in this purple dress.
Oh, God. She's like the worst fashion sense ever.
And I said to her, what is that? And I feel like she would have wore this to your wedding.
That's her favorite color. For my mother to acknowledge the color purple means that she knows and saw everything that was at the wedding, and she knows I tried to honor her with that color.
Okay, so how do you connect with the number 57?
That's how old she'll be this year.
Okay. She kept saying to me, I'm not sick. I'm not sick.
Yeah.
Always positive. Your mother also says, I'm sorry for the days that I told you that I was okay and you knew that I wasn't. She says, I just didn't want you to worry about me.
Yeah.
Wait, what is she showing me? I don't know what she's trying to show me. And I don't want to say this. I can feel what it feels like. Did her hand like tighten up? Because she said my hands changed.
Yeah.
Can someone die of arthritis?
She had ALS, so it was like your muscles.
Did they misdiagnose it at first? Your mother wants you to know that she knows how frustrating it is for you.
My mom was diagnosed with ALS in 2008. She had cramping in her hand and started to lose muscle mass, and they thought that it was carpal tunnel, so she was actually scheduled for a carpal tunnel surgery, and then she said, I don't think this is right, and got a second opinion, and that's when they diagnosed her with ALS. It's a progressive neuromuscular disease where you basically just lose all muscle function. She took it with a smile, and everyone would go, how does she smile when she can't even move her arms or her legs? And that was just her. She was always so positive about everything. Watching my mom progressively getting worse was the hardest thing that I've ever dealt with. I miss my mom every day, every minute of the day.
She showed me the holding of the hands and the whispering of the ear, which means that spirit wants to go back to the day of their departure.
Okay.
And the thing that I found interesting is that your mother said to me, I heard you whisper in my ear, I'm going to miss you. But your mother said, tell her I am going to miss her too.
Yeah, I made everyone leave the room so that I could just talk to her by myself.
So you know that your mother heard everything. Did you actually lay in the bed with your mom?
Yeah.
So know that your mom knew that you laid with her. I'm having a really hard time taking myself out of this reading. I mean, the thought of getting sick and having your children take care of you at such a young age, that's scary. So, your mother showed me how you cared for her when she was sick. She said, Theresa, I felt so bad that my daughter was doing this for me. Because you cared for your mom in a way, in a nursing capacity. Because your mother says, you know, I had so much dignity when I died. She said, but that's because of what my daughter gave me. So know that your mom wants to thank you for allowing her to pass with dignity and grace.
You know, towards the end, your lungs give out, and that's what you die from. So I said, I promised her you'll never feel short of breath, you'll never feel pain, and she didn't. But I feel like it did make her go quicker, but...
She wants to thank you for that. And she just said to me, Theresa, I do not want this to stop you for being happy. She says, and I don't want you to go back to those memories of me like that. So all of a sudden, I feel this need to do an automatic writing. Sometimes Spirit will use the pen as a voice. I mean, but think about it. It's really cool that now Nicole has a letter from her mom. I haven't done an automatic writing in probably about 10 years, so.
Just always know my love for you is greater than life itself. Always know that my love for you grows in heaven. Always know that my love for you will never die. Always know how proud I am of you. Always know I am proud that you are my daughter. Always know my love for you is larger than life. Hugs from heaven. All my love always. Thank you so much. I helped my mom write letters to my brothers and my dad when she was sick. And I didn't get a letter. I was shaking, and I just could feel that my mom wrote that letter to me through Theresa.
It was an honor and a privilege to channel her soul today, and I wish you all the best. Good luck to you.
To know that my mom is with me and was with me at my wedding and has seen everything that I've done just means everything to me. It makes me feel whole again.